Good morning, students. How old are you? All are well now. Today, I will be dealing with the theories of leadership. What are the theories of leadership? The first theory is trait approach. According to this theory, the leadership is the set of personality. According to this trait approach, leadership is the set of the personality. This theory is similar to the second one, the great man theory, in some ways. This theory is similar in some ways to great man theory. This theory, great man trait approach theory, assumes that people inherit certain qualities and traits. People, they are getting certain qualities and traits by birth. That traits and qualities make them better suited to leadership. Trait approach, according to this theory, leadership is the set of personality. This theory is somewhat similar in great man theory. This theory assumes that people inherit certain qualities and traits. That qualities and traits make them better suited to leadership. That is trait approach. Then the traits and the qualities are intelligence, emotional stability, motivational drive, attention to the people, then vision and foresight, empathy, fairness, objectivity, technical skill, communication skill, and social skill. These are the traits and the qualities according to trait approach. Trait approach is a leadership is a set of personality. Theory assumes that people inherit certain qualities and traits that make them better suited to leadership. The traits and qualities are intelligence, emotional stability, motivational drive, attention to others, vision and foresight, empathy, fairness, objectivity, technical skill, communication skill, and social skill. Next is the trait. Second is the great man theory. This approach believes in leaders are born, not made. Great man theory assumes that leaders are born, not made. This approach emphasizes that a person is born with or without necessary traits of leadership. Person is born with or without necessary traits of leadership. The founder of great man theory, Thomas Carlyle, is the one of the founder of this theory. Great leaders are born, not made. The great leaders are born, not made. They have some inborn traits. According to great man theory, they have some inborn traits. They have a set of characteristics that are crucial for inspiring others. They have set of characteristics that are crucial for inspiring others. Example, Gandhiji, Abraham Lincoln. According to this theory, the leader should have some traits, that is physical traits, intelligence traits, and personality traits. The next approach is the behavioral approach. The third theory is behavioral approach. This theory believes that good leaders are the first two theory. The leaders have some traits or qualities. They are born, not made. Here, good leaders are not born but can be made to be effective. They are not born but can be made to be effective. Try to describe the leadership in terms of what leaders do rather than what they are. In behavioral approach, the leaders are do what they do rather than what they are. That is the behavioral approach. In trait approach and great man theory, the leaders what they are. Here, the what the leaders do. That is the difference between these two theories. Theories proposing that specific behaviors differentiate leaders from non-leaders. Here, specific behaviors differentiate leaders from non-leaders. Attempt to isolate behaviors that differentiate effective leaders from ineffective. Isolate the behaviors that differentiate the effective leaders from ineffective. See the behavioral approach theory. In behavioral approach theory, good leaders are not born but can be made to be effective. Describe what leaders do rather than what they are. Specific behaviors differentiate leaders from non-leaders. Spelling mistake, not the form. They're from non-leaders. Focus on identifying critical behavior determinants of leadership could be used to train people to become leaders. Focus on identifying critical behavior. There are some behavior determined leadership could be used to train the people to become these behaviors. Used to train the people to become leaders. The leaders use three types of skill. Here in behavioral approach, the leaders use three types of skill: technical skill, human skill, and a conceptual skill. These are the three types of skill used by the behavioral approach. Then next theory is the managerial grid theory. First one is trait approach. Then second one is great man theory. Third one is behavioral approach theory. The fourth one is managerial grid theory. Managerial grid theory developed by Black and Mountains in early 96. Managerial grid theory developed by Black and Mountains in early 1960 consists of two behavioral dimensions. Managerial grid theory consists of two behavioral dimensions, that is concern for people and concern for production. Managerial grid theory consists of two behavioral dimensions, that is concern for people and concern for production. Managerial grid identify the types of leadership style based upon this dimension. According to these dimensions, managerial grid theory identify the types of the leadership style. According to these two dimensions, that is concern for people and concern for production, they identify 5 leadership styles based upon these two dimensions. The grid has 9 possible gradients or degrees associated with each dimension. This managerial grid theory has 9 possible gradients or degrees associated with each dimensions. There is one diagram. In x-axis, the concern for production from 1 to 9. Then y-axis from 1 to 9, concern for people. This is two dimensions, two behavioral dimensions. This is a diagram. X-axis